Hey everyone, thank you for checking out today's video. I would like to discuss best practices versus variable practices. Now I will define both of those and give examples with facial hair in this video, but first I just want to explain kind of where this topic came from and why I wanted to cover it. And it's actually because of things that I say and many of you say, such as every beard is different. You need to learn your beard. You need to figure out your situation and what works for you. Now that is true, 100% true. There's nothing wrong with that statement. I'm not criticizing you, I'm not criticizing myself. However, we do need to take it a little bit further, and I will explain why right after this brief introduction for anybody that's new here. My name is Dan C. Bearded. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If it seems like something that could be helpful to you and you want to go back and watch more or learn more in the future, please consider subscribing. And if everybody could, please hit a thumbs up on the video, and let's give a shout out to those returning subscribers that keep learning, that keep growing, literally, and keep supporting all of my passions that I get to do here. So let's break it down. Best practices versus variable practices. There are best practices that apply to everyone that is growing facial hair, regardless of any factors such as your ethnicity, your skin type, your hair type. Everyone should follow those best practices. There's no gray area, and I will give you some examples. It would be such as drinking adequate amounts of water to keep your internal body hydrated, which is then in return going to hydrate your beard. Doesn't matter who you are. You do need to have those levels of water. Another one would be washing your beard to keep it clean. No matter if you have oily skin, dry skin, short beard, thick beard, brown beard, red beard, white beard, you need to wash your beard for it to be the healthiest, for it to smell its best, and I would say to look its best as well. Again, nobody has an exception to these rules. There's no one out there that should be able to say, my beard is at its best when I don't drink water. I really like my beard when I'm dehydrated. That's not true, right? Same thing. Nobody should be able to say, my beard is at its best when I go years without washing it. I don't like to wash my beard. That's just not an exception. That's not a variable that anybody should suggest or adopt, right? So we don't want to have just a blanket statement of do what's best for you, do what's best for your beard. We can acknowledge that there are some other best practices out there. Now, throughout the video, I do want to challenge you guys a little bit. Didn't even plan this, but I would love for you to drop comments down below. What are some other best practices? We got water intake and washing your beard. Are there other things that we can unanimously agree on that anybody growing facial hair that wants to reach their best potential, that wants the best health of their beard, the best styling of their beard, anything at all with their beard? What is something that we should agree that there are no variables that should be considered? Everyone should do this. I laid out 2 of them. All right, now let's flip over to the other side and go over variable changes. Now, these are things that you should take into consideration with these practices. And I use the word changes because this side does change based on your beard. These practices are different based on your ethnicity, based on your skin type, based on your hair. Is your hair curly and coarse? Is your hair thin and straight? What about your skin? Is it oily? Is it naturally dry? Other variables could be, what about your climate? Are you living in a humid climate? What about a dry climate? What about your age? That can play a part in it as well. What about the color of your beard? Dan, why does that matter? Well, the structure of a white beard is similar to a red one, but it's very different than a brown beard or a black beard. So you want to take these all into considerations. Now, some examples from me would be such as using heat in your styling routine. That is not something that everybody should adopt. If it fits your style that you're looking for, if it fits your beard well and reacts well, that's awesome. But if you don't, that's not a bad thing. That's not something you have to do. Other things would be like the viscosity of the beard oils that you prefer and you go to more often. Nobody should say thin oil is the best for every beard out there. Thick oil is the best for every beard out there. That's just not true. There's so many variables that have to come in play with the humidity and climate and dryness, with the skin type. If you have an oily skin, you might not want a certain type of oil, right? Those are things that can really make a difference. Also, what about when we talked about wash earlier? Everyone should wash their beard. But a variable change or a variable practice would be the frequency in which they wash their beard. I wash my beard every single day now because I work out and get really sweaty almost every day. And even on my off days, sometimes I'll have drool in my beard. Sometimes I'll be out meeting people and I just want to wash my beard and keep it clean like I do the rest of my body. But there are some of you out there that don't leave your house, that have air conditioning. You don't live this lifestyle where you get super sweaty. You're not around a lot of people, so you wash every other day. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So there are some different changes that we have out there. Now this list is going to be a lot longer. What are some other variable changes or practices that we know differ from beard to beard? I just made a video about leave-in conditioner. I do not believe leave-in conditioner benefits my beard personally or any beards that are similar to mine, but there are different types of beards that do genuinely benefit from leave-in conditioner as shared by their experiences in those comments. So I can't wait to hear this one because I know that list is going to be pretty long. And to wrap this up, to kind of go over a conclusion, again, just putting you guys in my mind, I don't want to have super blanket statements when we have some areas like best practices that we can all agree on. But then we can also acknowledge that everybody's beard is a little bit different. And I love this topic. I cannot wait to hear your comments out there. I think we can all kind of agree on the premise of this. And now let's get down into the details. Thank you guys for watching. Also, do you have questions? Do you need me to clarify or go deeper? You don't just have to leave feedback. You guys can kind of give me some thought. Give me some food for thought with this as well. I love when you guys do that, especially in a respectful lens. All right, for real this time, thank you guys for watching. Dancy Bearded. Stay bearded and stay positive.